Ain't a fit night out for man or beast. But Virginia's. Give up. Anyway, hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Criterion Collection Reviews with Nate Jackson and W.C. Fields turning over in his grave because of me. Oh man, 6 short films. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This might be the best one yet. I know that's kind of like, it might be a little like, bias toward it because it's comedy and because it's old style and it's W.C. friggin' Fields, but still, I mean, this just goes to show you that I have a little more faith in the Criterion Collection now because I guess back then they really, tried some stuff. It's sadly, like the Bank Dick, this is out of print, so if you find it, and especially if you find it in the store, grab it. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to save up my money to get this on Amazon, definitely. But yeah, let's talk about it. So there's 6 films, as the title suggests. Let's talk about each one, just a little bit about each one, because there's not much to say about them. There's not like they're not long-winded plots or anything like that. The Pool Sharks, which is a short 15, I guess his first like known film, or like his first found film, from 1915, which is 11 minutes long. It's a silent film. It's such a short film where he battles this guy for his girl's hand. And they play pool, and there's a lot of cool like stop motion shots involving the pool balls, like them knocking the pool balls and going into the holes and coming back out and reforming into the triangle. So there's a lot of that, and it's kind of cool for 1915 too. Let's see. Then there's the Golf Specialist, which is about W.C. Fields plays this guy who plays golf on this course with this really like stupid caddy who keeps getting in the way, and he's like showing the house detective's wife, who's like this horrible bitch, and it's just it's kind of stupid. I thought there'd be a little bit more about her comeuppance, but there you go. And some great gags with following him say, "Keep your eye on the ball. Just keep your eye on the ball." That's the catchphrase of the short. Keep your eye on the ball. The dentist. Oh god, the dentist. That might be the weirdest, the trippiest. He plays a dentist whose daughter is in love with this Iceman, and he wants to buy a fridge, and he ends up playing golf with Bud Jameson, who's known for his shorts with the Three Stooges. Like, holy crap, it's Bud Jameson. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now this is like perfect. He goes plays golf, and he ends up getting all these fake hole-in-ones and throwing his golf clubs in the caddy into the lake. But then, of course, there's like, most of the scene is about him being a dentist and pulling all these people's tooths. There's the patron who's deathly scared and just screams before he even touches her, and then there's the guy with the long beard who's and the glasses, and then but most infamously is I forget her name, Elsie Kavanaugh or Kavanaugh or something like that, who's this really tall, quote unquote, horse-faced woman who apparently there's a scene in here where he's like, oh god, what is the line? Have you ever had this have you ever had this tooth pulled before? Which I didn't notice until I watched the scene again, and I was like, wait a minute, where did he say that? Because I looked it up. On just to read up what they said on Wikipedia about that scene. There's a scene that had to be censored. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I guess he said. There's times when you could see the dialogue is like censored or something. At one point he says, "Ah, to hell with it," and I'm like, holy crap, they actually got away with that. This is 1932. That was kind of surprising. But I guess this must be uncensored because they got that in. But I didn't notice any like moments when the soundtrack was silenced or something like that. But yeah, there's the scene where he's with this woman. He stands between her, and he pulls on her tooth, and he actually ends up like pulling her up off the ground, and she wraps her legs around his waist, and she puts her left foot into his coat pocket, and he's like carrying her while trying to tug on her. He's like, get your foot out! and he pulls her down, and he lets her down, and then he gets his, and he sits in the chair, and he fans himself, and he pulls her back up onto him, and it's, yeah, I mean, back then, obviously, that was pretty risque and, dirty, but, hey, hottest scene I've seen yet in the Criterion. Well, apart from maybe the Unbearable Lightness of Being, where, what's her name, Binoche jumps on Day-Lewis. That was the only other relatively hot scene in the Criterion collection that I've seen so far, in my personal opinion. Fuck Night Porter. That wasn't shit. Yeah, that's about it. So there you go. You got to step your game up, and I'm probably way hotter than blue is the warmest color. So fuck you. And W.C. Fields. But yeah, so and then he ends up locking his daughter in her room, and she's stomping and knocking all the dirt or the ceiling onto his head, and it's wacky, very, very wacky. And like I said, like with the bank tick, I didn't realize that he was such a a slapstick artist, such a physical artist. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just all dialogue. So this is a real treat to see that he was like that. I was busting a gut. The Fatal Glass of Beer, which is kind of a shorter one. It's only 19 minutes. Most of these are 22 minutes. It's just this weird one where he's like in the Yukon or something, and he sings a song about his son on his zither. Who's like, it's based on some like song. There once was a boy, which is actually a skit I heard in one of that Best of W.C. Fields of Michael Wick, the story or something like that. It's freaking hilarious. I'd forgotten all about it until I listened to it last night, yesterday evening. So, but the high point is, of course, the recurring gag where every time he steps out, he looks out and says, "There ain't a fit night out for man or beast. The face full of snow," which is just like, that never gets old. That never got old. Because it seemed like such a parody of like, Yukon films or something like that. So yes, and then his son comes home, and it's like something about stolen bonds, and I guess the son was in jail and prison. It's wacky. Yeah, the whole Fatal Glass of Beer thing is just a little bit of a song, that just barely makes any. That's it. Then The Pharmacist, which is a short about. He plays this pharmacist whose daughter, he has a younger daughter who plays on a pogo stick and tries to eat the canary, and then another daughter who's boyfriend is some guy named Cuthbert, who every time she's talking on the phone with him, and every sentence she uses the name Cuthbert, and he gets like really annoyed. And then there's a hold up, and this guy shoots up at the whole place. He tries to take the phone call for these cough drops, and it's wacky, like I said. And finally, the last one is The Barbershop, which I think is set in the exact same set as The Pharmacist, just different things. At least the dinner table upstairs. He's got a son who tells him all these riddles. And there's this fat guy who gets trapped in the steam room, and this bank robber who wants a new face, and it's hard to, like I said, it's hard to describe these without seeing them yourself. So all I can say is it's hard. I hate hesitating, but it's more or less safe to say that this might be the best so far. We're already at 79, and I don't think we could get any better than this, except for maybe Beastie Boys Video Anthology. But even then, come on now, it's W.C. Fields. So, it took me for a surprise. There's a lot of like hilarious bits. I want to see these again and again and again, but I want to see them. And I know that there are other packages out there, but I want this. I want this Criterion collection. I want this in my collection. I want this Criterion in my collection. How about that? So, like I said, A+. It's awesome. And that's it. That's all I got. That's all I can say. Amazing. A+, man. W.C. Fields. Got to find out more about him. They should get more. I wish they'd get more like never give a sucker an even break or something like that. Because I'd love to review them. Anyway, to Amazon for that one, or eBay maybe. Anyway, that's it from me. That's all for today. Tomorrow, the Joyride that was W.C. Fields ends right here with fucking Lars von Trier. Oh, shit. There's this, and then there's one other supplement, which is a 51-minute documentary in Danish or Swedish about him, and I'm like, oh shit. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but hey, we're getting closer to the first end of the season. I'm guessing I'm gonna call these like the first 100 season 1, and then we'll take a 2-month, maybe 2 months break. I said 1 month before, but I'll take a 2-month break maybe, and then to start on season 2, number 101 to 200, and season 3, 201 to 300, and we'll eventually knock them all out like that. Hopefully, within the next couple of years, hopefully we'll get them all done. I mean, every month, Criterion reissues out, reissues a couple too. So it's not like they're always putting out new films. So it's not like This American Life putting out a new episode almost every week. But they've been doing it since friggin', what was it? Friggin' 1994, 95. One a week. They're over at 500 episodes now. So good God. Anyway. But at the same time, they're only an hour long. These could last however long they want, But anyway, yeah. So 80 tomorrow, Lars von Trier, and then 81 Variety Lights. Probably do it. Probably more than likely we'll do it Wednesday morning. Because like I said, no supplements. Just watch it on YouTube. Hamlet will probably not do until Sunday or Saturday. Probably Saturday night. Not sure right now. Definitely won't be able to get to it because it's over. It's like 2.5, 3 hours long. It's Hamlet. It's Laurence Olivier. It's as boring. Probably going to be as boring as Henry V. But then I've seen Hamlet, so I know the story. It won't be too bad. And it's Shakespeare. I do enjoy Shakespeare when I can see it. It's hard to read sometimes, but anyway. And then The Harder They Come. We'll probably do that Sunday. And then Pygmalion, Pygmalion on Monday, and then Good Morning on Monday, and then Pygmalion on Tuesday, and then I guess I forget what's that. I think it's Einstein, the Sound Years. We'll put a hold on that probably today, just to make sure we get it. Hopefully by the end of the weekend. Maybe we'll do one. Oh, but even then, those are long too because there's Alexander Nevsky and then Ivan the Terrible, which is like part 1 and 2, which are like 2 hours long each or something like that, which is friggin' ridiculous. It's funny, I was looking but it's weird when you look on Criterion's page. Ivan the Terrible Part 1 isn't given a spine number, but spine 88 is given to Part 2. So weirdness. Anyway, I'm done blathering. Oh, one more thing, in case you haven't figured it out, in case you haven't heard. The sale begins tomorrow, Barnes & Noble. 50% off all Criterion collection. You know damn well that by Hamlet, part of Hamlet will probably be showcasing off all the ones I buy this week, as well as 2 weeks from now and 2 weeks after that, because I'll get 3 chances, 3 paychecks to buy up all the Criterion collection movies I've been seeing, as well as maybe some that I haven't seen yet, like Hard Day's Night. Hard Day's Night has been on the list. I was going to get it this weekend, but I found out. I guess there's the single disc DVD, but if you want the extra DVD, you have to buy the Blu-ray version, which is bullshit, but whatever. Anyway, we're done blathering now. Go to your Barnes & Noble, buy yourself some Criterion, but sadly you can't get this. If you find it, woo, woo, woo. And until then, thanks for watching. W.C. Fields, love you. And we will see you tomorrow for Lars von Trier's The Element of Crime. And until then, ain't a fit night out for man or beast. Goodbye.